7th of June 2023. This one is one of those what the fuck moments for me, and I'm not going to show you any slides and any clips and things like that. I just want to talk about some of the things that is bothering me. Over the past, I would say 10 days, I have done some Skidmarks and Briekmerke that ruffled a lot of feathers, and I addressed topics that very few people are willing to talk about, and I was really surprised and stunned and shocked by the comments that I saw on those videos. And the thing that bothers me the most is that a person would look at the video, watch it, and then he will make a comment. And in that comment, he assumes some authority that I don't know where the hell he gets it from, to attack me personally, attack my spirituality, attack my viewpoint, attack my political views, attack the content of my videos, attack everything. And I ask myself, now many of you might have seen some of the comments that I have answered on, where I really take some license to be just as rude. Because the reality is, no, I did not force you to sit down and watch my video. I didn't chain you down to the desk and put the sound on full blast and sticky tape your eyes open and strap your head into a clamp and force you to watch the video. You chose to watch the video. So, if that video disturbed you so much, why didn't you just click away from it? Give it a thumbs down. I've got some followers that doesn't agree with me at all, and all they do is they come and they give me thumbs downs, and I've got news for them. Those thumb downs helps a lot for the algorithms, because it indicates to the AI that there are discussions going on and there are different viewpoints. So, sorry to bust your bubbles. The reality is that we are living in a time that is extremely confusing, extremely disturbing, and extremely dangerous. And I'm going to recall basically back to the pestilence days and all the things that we were subjected to. And if you look at how we were manipulated by mainstream media narrative, and each and every opposing voice were just shut down. And that led to people making stupid decisions. And then we got to the Ukraine war, and within 2-3 days, the same thing happened. Any person differing from the narrative got shut down. Here's my channel. I mean, I struggle with some videos to get it out, and if you take into consideration that I've done well over 2,000 videos, and you look at the views, it's a little bit disturbing, and it can be disheartening. But I have a mission, and I will stay true to my mission. I did a video in which I was talking about, and I played a clip from one of these let's call it spiritual messages that are being circulated on mainstream media, and it is very inspiring and very motivating and but from the moment that I saw that thing the first time, something in my spirit clashed with that message. And I played it in that video that I did on false hope. I included the whole clip, and lo and behold, this morning I was notified that there's a copyright infringement in my video. Now, if you are a Christian and you're a believer and you're part of Bible study groups and all of that, you will know how many of those types of messages are being passed around every day. Who the fuck puts a copyright on a message like that? Who? Ask yourself that and think about that. Think about that. And that is a clear example of the levels these Satanists are willing to go. Because people, in general, feels compelled to share spiritual messages. So, but there is a clear example of how deep the tentacles of the cabal has grown into our lives. And they have respect for nothing. Nothing. Remember, look at what's going on in America in their Senate hearings on the pestilence. I cannot give details because I'll get into trouble. But if you are somebody that is aware of your surroundings, and you keep yourself informed, and you do spend some time to search a bit, and you find that Senate investigation committee into the pestilence, it is astounding stuff that's coming out there. Elon Musk set the ball rolling with the Twitter files. And for us, as Christians, we owe Elon Musk. I don't care about his personal life. I don't care about his religion or his spirituality or his belief system or what. What he did was, in my eyes, divine intervention, because he made it publicly known the levels of corruption in the information systems. Now all of a sudden, tunes are changing and they say, yes, the horse medicine is fine and this is right and we made a mistake with the mask and all types of crap like that. The reality is, what those people did is unforgiving. People died. People are still dying. People are going to die from what they did. We know who they are. We know what they did. And yet, they still have platforms on which they are promoting themselves. They're arrogant maniacs. And they sit there with broad smiles on their faces and tell us what the hell they're going to do next. They tell us. Schwab doesn't make a secret of it. 85% of us must go. And he sits there and he's got an audience. And he's got a platform and he's got a network that promotes that and spreads that. What the fuck went wrong with us, the people? They sit on stages and they brag about what they had done. Now Fauci says, I didn't close any schools. I didn't force masks. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Here in South Africa, we had that situation. And this is making me fucking angry. We had the situation that this clever, corrupt, criminal government did terrible things to us, our freedoms. Terrible. And lo and behold, out of the economic centers pops the tentacles of the evil cabal and business leaders, they've got fuck all political clout. They've got fuck all jurisdiction over your life. They stood up and they said, mandate it to have it. And I looked at the first ones as they popped out. And I'm not going to name names, you know who they are. And I said to my wife, these people are idiots. This government is catching them with a slack rope. Government is well aware of the Nuremberg Code. And they knew that if they mandated the shit, they will be in trouble. But these, I'm going to call them gatkruipers. I don't know what is the proper English term for it. But these gatkruipers started mandating this shit. And now, the court cases are beginning to build up momentum right across the world, and we are seeing the direction it's going to go. Government says, oh, we never mandated anything. And they are right. They did not mandate. But the gatkruipers did. And government is going to toss those gatkruipers under the bus. And I say, well done. Fact of the matter is, lives were destroyed. That can never be repaired. My question is, why are we not seeing justice? Why not? We hear every day about millions and millions and millions that are being stolen from corruption everywhere. And it's public money that are stolen. Then there's 20 fucking commissions of inquiry and shit like that. And in the end, many of these commissions, the culprits are clearly identified. But nothing happens to them. Why? Because that corrupt bundle of, I don't want to name the word, cretins sits there in Parliament. Every political party is complicit, because every political party is corrupted by money, and they sit there and they cover each other's asses. They have influence in the Department of Justice, the minister has got influence everywhere, and in the end, the cases dissipate, disappear, evaporate. No justice. Just today, I saw an article where the DA gave a security contract or something to a guy that is currently under investigation for fraud and criminal activities. What the fuck is that? But that's how they operate. I'm going to get off this now. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's happening right across the globe in every country, in every Western country. Same story. The capital cabal does these unspeakable things to us, and the politicians protect them. Because the politicians are all servants of the capital cabal. The politicians do not represent you and me. They don't. Don't let that shit come into your head that they are your representative. They are not. They represent the capital cabal. So in reality, you think we've got a parliament and a constitution and all that cuck. Forget it, man. We are being ruled by the global capital cabal. They send the instructions out and the politicians do it. And that's what it is. So somebody sends me a message and said to me, Colleen, what can we do? And I said, you know what? History is clear. History shows us what people has done in the past. Look at what happened in France with the French Revolution. The elite went to the guillotines. That is how France came out of the Dark Ages, basically. But there's stories about how the guys in England, Braveheart did it, how the guys in America did it. Everywhere it was done. The people revolted and gave them a reset. And unfortunately, that is the only option left to us. Because if you think you will be able to vote yourself out of this shit pond, think again. Let Trump be a reminder. And that happened in the apex democracy in the Western world. So, don't bluff yourself and think you're going to vote yourself out of this. I listened to that other clip that I've included in that false hope video of mine. That other clip was of that politician. And he bravely states, we will no longer use the word corruption. We will use the word theft. And I look at it and I thought to myself, what shit is that? Mobilize the people and pull those politicians out of those seats. Bring them into the streets and sort them out. What is this crap of changing a word from corruption to theft? That's bullshit. But that is unfortunately the space where we are today. The only way out for the West is for the Christian people to revolt and take our lives back. Take our lives out of the hands of these Satanists. That is unfortunately the only option left. I had another call of a guy speaking to me and he said to me, but what do you really see the end game? How do you see it? And I said to him, in my mind, all these big conglomerations like the United States, like Canada, like the European Union, like South Africa, is going to break up in pieces because people has realized that they have to look at one another. There is the only people that care about them is their own communities. And is these communities based on race? No. No. The communities are based on culture. Christians will flock together. There are communities like that in the United States. I see the future, and for South Africans they will understand. Thousands of Oranias, but not all white Oranias. Yes, you will have white Oranias and brown Oranias and black Oranias and yellow Oranias. That Orania is just the concept. Do I say intermingle? Some guy had the audacity to call me all sorts of names on one of the comments and told me how off my rocker I am with intermingling and all that. crap, which I have never promoted. Never. I say cultures will be comfortable together, but all these cultures need to focus and be good neighbors. Learn to be good neighbors. That is the magic. Look at Russia. 190 ethnical groups, close to 2,000 cultural groups. And I have said it previously. I spoke to a Russian and I said to him, how the hell do you operate in that environment? And he said, listen, our government has got zero tolerance for discrimination. That's it. We are brought up as children to respect every culture. Take note, not every race, every culture. He said, so we have got respect for each other in Russia. And that makes us all Russians. I ended the conversation and I sat here in my study and I thought about it for a long time. And I realized they have seen the light, but the Western media tells you the Russians are evil, tells you Putin is a criminal, tells you you must hate Russians. Russophobia. Yes, I see it. I witnessed it. I can say my channel is not hating Russians. And because of that, I'm being hated by a lot of people. Do I care? I don't care. Softest part of my body is my teeth. So, and if you want to swear at me and call me names and call me things, do it, as long as it makes you happy. But you must just understand one thing. If you start abusing me, I'm going to give it back to you. I'm not one of those guys that live and fall and walk and die by the principle of turning the other cheek. I don't turn another cheek. I don't do it. You hit me on the cheek, I'm going to hit you back. Without delay. Because that shit of turning the other cheek, look at where it's got where many people has been destroyed by that shit. I'm not one of those guys. And the fact of the matter is, we as Christians will have to stand up. Fact of the matter is, for us, the future looks bleak. Unless we stand up and take our future back. That is all that we can do. That is the reality. Look now, Woolworths hitting us with a Pride Month. What the fuck is that? Where is the Christian Month? Where is the Christian Family Month? Where is that? You don't see it. They pump this satanic shit into us. Why? Because they want to destroy our spirituality. They want to destroy our religion. They want to destroy our faith. Because they know, for us that live by faith, they cannot manipulate me. So, we're under attack. We have to do something. Sending tweets and memes is not going to help. These politicians, take note. They are your prime enemy. I don't care in which party they are. Politician is your prime enemy. And why do I say prime enemy? Because it's a politician that gets to you. But who sicks him on to you? The global business cabal. The money, they sick on to you. Think about these things. Just think about it. Look at what they did to us with the pestilence. Think about it. They made you do things that 5 years ago, if I said to you, they're going to do that to you, you would have told me I'm a lunatic. And they did it. And they got away with it. And they're planning again something. Because they say 85% of us must go. And we better believe them. That's what they plan. That's what they're going to do. Don't get yourself embroiled in racism shit and gender confusion shit and all that crap. All of that is just tools. Watch out. This is how they plan to get us to wipe ourselves out by complying. That's how we're going to wipe ourselves out, by complying, by believing you're doing the right thing. Fuck that. You have to understand their end goal is your destruction, nothing else. That is the end goal. And you will have to make peace with that and then work on a plan. But now I'm going to stop. I've talked a lot about this. I think you get the general drift of the thing. You need to think. Don't sit like be like a goldfish in a bowl. And you're swimming around, swimming around, swimming around. Already contained and restricted. And then when you see a movement, you come to the surface and the mouth goes like that for food. And the mainstream media feeds you. Think about that. Have a great evening.